Is this thing on? Oh, good God, thank God I got a haircut yesterday. Oh, I'm just starting off on a little walk. So walk is quite important to me. I'm down in Cwmbran, which is where I live. I'm currently outside the Oasis Cafe, which is near the railway station. I'm doing a first of not sure how many walks yet, but I'm doing a challenge that's come up on Facebook to raise awareness for mental health. So what I'm planning to do to try and raise more awareness of this issue than the money side of it, that's not so important to me. I just want to, so I can make you a bit brighter. There we go. You can probably see me now. It's a bit backlit there. What's going on here? Sorry guys, I'm not very good at this. Not got very good camera skills at the moment, as you can tell. I've got this quite an expensive camera which I don't use very often, so this is an excuse for me to get out and have a go. And I've walked about 3 yards and it's already getting heavy, but there you go, never mind. Oops. Right, I'm tracking this through Strava. I've got an Apple Watch. I've just set it off on there, just have a quick look. Yeah, there we go, if you can see that. It should be recording what I'm doing, and hopefully it's coming up on my phone, or I've not actually seen anything yet. Right, so basically what happened this morning, I woke up about 2:10. It's quite normal for me, and couldn't go back to sleep, so I decided to go downstairs. I'd already seen on Facebook about this challenge, which I wasn't sure about, but I looked at it again and thought, why not? Let's have a go. But I thought, rather than just do the walk and say, oh look at me, what I've done, please give me some money to give to the charity, what I thought I would do is just talk about some of the issues that I've had over the past few years regarding mental health in general and my own mental health, because there is a bit of a don't know what the best word to use here is, that there's not mental health available to people, which could be true in certain circumstances. I live in the UK. The people that have dealt with me have been really quite good. As soon as I've rung up and said, look, I need to speak to someone, it's done within, well, as soon as humanly possible really. And a bit bright there again, so it's all trial and error, guys. So let's bring you a bit closer because my arm's starting to ache. So basically what I'm doing is I want to try and explain to you some of the things that I found, because I struggled with mental health for many years, which I thought was quite serious, which it is. I'm not disputing it. It's something that can get on top of you, and if you don't know where to look, where to go turn to, if you're proud or whatever. And I'm not just talking about guys, I'm talking about all sorts of people. There's a big thing that men's mental health, for people around my age, I'm 53 at the moment, that they struggle the most, but it can come in all shapes and sizes, all ages, sexes or whatever. But I'll admit now that this video or this channel is going to be quite in depth. It's going to get raw at some times. So this channel is not going to be for kids. It might not be for certain people, but it could be for people who have someone who's in need, and to give them a little bit of insight on my struggles. And it's not, I'm no expert, I've got no qualifications in this whatsoever, apart from the the experience of it, basically. Going all dark again. Maybe walking under trees is probably not the best thing for exposure on my camera, but there we go. My first attempt, hopefully I'll get the hang of it by the end of the month. So yeah, use these videos with caution. Of course you need to go and get professional help, but that's the point. I just want to explain to people what professional help means. It's nothing too difficult, actually. I went for many years struggling with depression. I was having thoughts of I want to end it, and I spoke to a mental health practitioner, and I told him I was having these thoughts, and he said that's perfectly normal. It's human. It's a human condition to have those thoughts, and it's perfectly normal. And I sort of thought, wow. The thing is, I only got to this point speaking to him because of a long chain of events. Unfortunately, 2 of these events were actually suicides that I were involved with at work. Okay, I'm actually a nighttime truck driver. I am not going to go into any details of anything that happened during these 2 events. Okay, so if you're that sort of person that wants to know the details of it, you're not going to find out. You know who you are. Alright, this is purely to give people my experience of living with the consequences of that afterwards. Because unfortunately some of the people who are involved in this situation are the people who are most affected, rather than the people who have actually passed on, for want of a better word. And so really I'm doing this for 2 sorts of people. There's the people who, in fact probably 3 thinking about it, 2 sorts of people. Firstly, the people who are thinking I want to end it all, and to hopefully make you realise that it's not as difficult as you think. Okay, you've just got to want it. Okay, and it's very difficult to want it, because I must admit this walk today is because I didn't want it when I got up this morning. I was in an absolute, excuse me, shit state, because the memories just don't go away. Basically, they're with me 24/7. Okay, it's very difficult to deal with. All right, but the tools to deal with it are actually quite simple. And the things that they told me in my training after the event was, it's just as simple as, right, making a calendar. Make a calendar. Right, I'm going to go for a 3-mile walk this morning, and that's in the calendar. Why do you put it in the calendar? Because if you put it in the calendar, it's there, it's got to be done, it's a task. If it's not in the calendar and you don't get reminded, you think, oh, I won't bother, oh, I'll just sit down and watch YouTube for an hour. That becomes 4. Okay, I'm not joking. Alright, so this is to get this challenge for me, is to give me some motivation to realise it's not all about going to work, coming home, going to sleep, having some food, going to work, coming home, having some food, watch some YouTube. You know, life doesn't revolve around that. Alright, there's more to life than that. So this challenge for me is to get me going, and hopefully make me achieve my goals, because I've got some other goals that I've been planning, and honestly it was going pretty well for the last few weeks, but then the last maybe a week and a half something's clicked and it's just all gone to pot. Okay, so what I'm going to do now hopefully is to do this, prove to myself that things can be done, and then hopefully move on to other things. Okay, because at the end of the day, your mental health is no one else's problem. I'll be honest with you, this is going to be brutally honest, no one cares about your mental health. Okay, doesn't matter what's happened, what's going on in your life, what's probably going to happen, no one cares about your mental health. It's only you that can sort it out. Alright, that is a sad fact of it. Okay, people will of course care. So I just contradict myself there, haven't I? Okay, people do care, and they they will be supportive and they'll listen to what you say, but once you leave that conversation and walk away, they think, oh God, that's bad, for the next half an hour maybe. You've got it for the rest of the time you're awake. While you're asleep, it's not so bad unless you're having nightmares. So, my advice to you is just to get help, okay? You can get professional help from doctors and psychiatric nurses and stuff like that, but there's a lot of help on the internet. Now, you've got to be quite careful with that, because there's a lot of bad advice out there, and there's a lot of not bad people, but people who think they know best, very judgmental, and to be honest with you, a lot of those people are suffering themselves but don't admit it or don't know it. But there's one very special person in my life. She helped me from the other side of the world. Okay, I'm not going to say any more than that about it at the moment. If she should see this video and she agrees to it, I will post a link to her, because she was absolutely instrumental in my initial days with coping with the events. Okay, well, I'm just going to switch you over to the other side to give my left arm a rest. This is the right side of me now. No better, is it? Unfortunately, but there you go. On the left side, there's the river. So let's go and have a look at the river, shall we? Okay. Just frightened the bird. Okay, that's a little weir there. Not too deep, but you wouldn't want to get caught in that, that's for sure. Right, that's enough of that. It's quite noisy. I'm not sure what you would have heard from that, because the mic on my camera is set to catch the sound in front of the camera, so you might not have heard my voice then very well, if at all. Right, so yeah, I'm recording this on Strava. I'm sorry if it's a little bit shaky, the camera. I might probably find different ways of doing this. I might not even use this camera later on. It's only because I paid so much for it, I thought I'm going to get some damn use out of it, but it might be iPhone tomorrow, you never know. Right, what was I saying? Yeah, I'm going to be tracking this on Strava, as I said. So if you want to follow what's going on and how things are progressing, not to say the money side of it, if you feel you can donate, then I'd be very much appreciated, but this is more for you guys to get my take on the issue. Because I'll be honest with you guys, I went for many years suffering with these thoughts of ending it all. I'm not going to say the S word because it offends me. I was going to imagine it's quite a nasty word in my life. I do know way too much about it, unfortunately. Okay, I just lost my train of thought, but I'm going to carry on going, because like I said in my description, this is going to be raw and unedited, so what you get is what you get. Yeah, it's basically so you can see why you don't need to struggle. Okay, there are going to be more people who are in a more severe case, but when I heard that comment from my health professional, and he said that's perfectly normal human nature, but there is a difference between that and actually being at the point where it is dangerous, basically, because I really didn't understand the thoughts of what was happening just in the head of someone who was genuinely feeling suicidal. I don't mean, oh, I want to end it, genuinely suicidal. I could not understand it at all. Alright? And this is where I hope to get across to people that it is a genuine illness, okay, if that's the right word. it's not something that you get sad about. I think, oh, I've had enough, the gas bill's due and I can't afford to pay it. It's not about that. Okay, it is a genuine a genuine issue, and I'll be honest, the first time I was in the first fatality I was involved with, I was thinking, what the hell were they thinking that night? How did they do that? I just could not understand it at all. Okay, needless to say, I was pretty devastated by that incident, and I gotta admit, I thought I'm probably never going to get over this, but there is a way out. It does get better, but we're 4.5 years in now, and I am. So I'm just being distracted by a squirrel. Now we've heard that before. There is literally a squirrel over. Let me turn you around and see if I can get this squirrel. It's not probably. Oh no, he's gone. Oh, there's another one. So we get a little bit closer. Here's a just come behind the tree. Okay, he is there, honestly. I know you can't see it because you're on a wide angle lens. Anyway, what first caught my eye was this. Okay, I know you can see that. Just zoom out a bit again. Okay, that is actually sun coming through the trees, and my legs, these are my legs there, and they are catching the early morning sun. Now I never do this, and quite honestly I think why have I not done this before? But there'll be more information on that at a later point. Right. Okay, I'm back. Alright, hope you got that. Hope you got the audio from that. That was me getting distracted by a squirrel. Oh, there's another one. It is quite dark here. I've got the wrong lens on. There's beautiful bird song here. What's not to like? Beautiful trees. There's actually no one around. Literally no one. That's one of the main reasons why I came out so early, because I did actually say talking to the camera is going to be really difficult for me, but I tell you what, I've just babbled like a good one at the moment, and I've not even stopped to check that it's all working properly, so I hope to God it's working, because if it isn't, I've probably just talked for about 20 minutes and not lost it all. Right, okay, so how far have I done? I've done 6.5 miles so far. Right, I've actually, thinking about it, I've just lost my train of thought totally, because I said I was talking about 3 different people, wasn't I? It was first of the people who need the help. Secondly is the people like me who, unfortunately, far too many of us are being subjected to this. I'm not going to say any more than that, because I don't want, like I said, I'm not going to give the details, but I'm a truck driver and I want you to put 2 and 2 together. Okay, and the third type of person is basically someone who knows that they've got a friend or family member who's struggling, that maybe this will give you a bit of an insight as to what they're going through, so you can help them, because unfortunately some of the people who suffer with this sort of situation aren't the sort of people that's going to go and get help, okay, because it's just a genetic thing, for the want of a better word. But then again, all sorts of people can suffer with this issue, and hopefully they will go and get help, but it is very difficult because no one likes to admit they're struggling. But having said that, there are some people that do admit they're struggling. Okay, well, I've met those people, and unfortunately, from my experience, the ones that admit they're struggling aren't the ones who actually are. Okay, but don't quote me on that, please. If I'm wrong, it's not meant to upset anyone. I've met people who are always saying, oh, I've had enough and all this sort of stuff, and they're still around. Okay. Unfortunately as well, I also have experience of people who never said a single word to anyone, and then it was too late. So don't believe that just because your mate is really happy and he's getting on, he's the life and soul of the party and all that sort of stuff. Don't believe it. But the problem with that is that people don't ask, are you okay, mate? Because you just don't ever believe it. You don't ever think about it. Trouble is, two people, well actually the people sort of are split into two people. They're life and soul of the party when they the life and soul of the party when they're in public, when obviously they know they've got eyes on them, but at home they're just a totally different person. Now the sort of people like me, I'm probably be more bubbly in the last 20 minutes than I ever have, because I'm a very, very shy person. I tend to come alive when I'm angry. If you want to see my personality, then just make me angry, because I will bite back at you. That's not something I've always had. Unfortunately, a lot of that has come from the PTSD. I've now got quite a short temper, which I hope doesn't come out too often. But I'm trying to change that, and there's certain things that are going on in my life at the moment that are making it quite difficult for me to sort that out. But like I said, no one cares about my mental health. It's only me that can sort it out. Okay, and for those of you who music fans, in fact you don't even need to be a music fan, there's a certain singer, I won't name him personally because he doesn't know I'm making this video. I'm sure he would support it. But there's a certain singer that's got a documentary on Netflix, and he said exactly the same thing as I thank you personally, the singer on Netflix, because you made me realise it's very true that no one cares about your mental health. It's only you personally that can do anything about it. Okay, and that was a pivotal moment in my life when I saw you say that on your documentary. If you've seen the documentary, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. So I would suggest go and have a look at it, try and find it, ask around if you don't know what I'm talking about. And it's an eye-opener, it really is. That's really an eye-opener. It's one of the best things I've seen on TV, to be honest with you. But anyway, right, is there anything else I can say for the minute? Well, I hope I haven't bored you too much. Hope I haven't upset anyone by what I've said. But like I said, this channel is going to be quite raw. Hopefully I don't run out of things to say, but to be honest with you, so much happened in the last 4.5 years that I probably won't run out of things to say, because you'd be incredible at some of the things I've seen, heard, some of the reactions I've had, just been pretty horrendous at times, unfortunately. And please don't think this is a feel sorry for me channel or whatever. This is so I can help people, because in my job it's a very lonely job. And one of my biggest fears in life is my legacy. There's lots of people in the world that got legacies, that they've done things for healthcare and technology and well, whatever you think of. There's people who've done amazing things in the world. So I go somewhere a little bit lighter, that's a bit better. People who've done amazing things in the world, and me, I just drive a truck basically. And up until this point I can't really think that I've achieved very much in my life. Apart from my two daughters, my two gorgeous daughters, okay, they mean everything in the world to me, although they don't always know it at times. They mean absolutely everything, and if they see this video and they are suffering without me knowing, then just God's sake, please talk to me, okay? Just say something, alright? Yeah, so like I said, this is not a feel sorry for me channel. This is just for me to give something back to help people. Because I'll be honest, that being involved in something like that and knowing that you're half responsible, if that's the right word, I don't feel totally responsible for it, but if I wasn't there, then it wouldn't have happened, basically. If I can give something back, if it saves just one person, I don't know, maybe I'll get 10,000 subscribers on this, maybe, I don't know. But if one of those 10,000 subscribers gets help and is still here, then it's going to be worth it. I'm going to be putting myself right out there to help this cause. I'm going to make an idiot of myself at sometimes. You're going to think, what the hell are you saying that for? But I don't care. I never, ever, ever want to see that again, anywhere, for anyone. I wouldn't wish it on any of my enemies, neighbours, friends, family, whatever. Okay, I just don't want to ever see it again. There is absolutely no way on earth that you can't say you don't care about that, unless you see it. If you've seen it, once you've seen that sort of thing, you will be thinking, my God. Think of someone who bullied you at school, and that happened to them. You wouldn't think, stuff it, it's their own fault, whatever. Your human nature will take over and you will be affected by it, even if you don't admit it. So, please, anyway, any support you can give, obviously, is very much appreciated, and I hope you enjoy. Well, you might not enjoy much of what I've got to say, but it's more to educate it. I'll try and make it light-hearted. I mean, I have got a sense of humour, believe it or not, even though I don't sound like I got one. But it's very important to me that I help people now, and like I said, I don't care about the money. If you want to give to the charity that's organised this, is fair enough. As long as you listen to what I say, I don't care if you don't give anything. Don't take my word as gospel. Like I said, that everyone has different experiences, but a lot of people don't talk about it. I've had so many awkward conversations with people about it who know about it, and you can see them cringing when you're telling them what's happening, and you just can't talk about it face to face. But I can talk to you guys through this camera. I'm not as inhibited as I thought I would be. It's actually a lot easier than I thought. It really is. And that's a good thing, because it means hopefully that I will be able to carry on and I will do what I've said I'm going to do, which is do a walk, get these 90 miles in, which equates to about 3 miles a day, which I'm going to find really tough. I'll be honest. I don't do walking. I walk to my truck, from the office to my truck, from my truck back to the office, and I get in the car. That's all the walking I do. So anyway, right, well, yeah, I will be walking. It will probably be on the same routes, unfortunately, because I do have limited time. Obviously, being a truck driver, I've got to make sure I sleep. So I will probably be doing this route quite a lot, because it's flat, it's near, and whatever. And then I can do 3 miles a day, and hopefully by the end of it, I'll have the 90 miles in. If I do manage to get out the weekend and do further walks, then that's all well and good. But I do hope to put up a video of some description, whether it be long or short, each day onto my YouTube channel. Please bear with me. I've not done this before. I will be learning as I go along, and it might not work. It might not get uploaded every day due to technical reasons, or the file might get corrupted, or whatever. But I will try my very hardest to get this done for anyone out there. Right, my arm's really quite aching badly now, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to shut the recording off for now. I'm going to carry on walking a little bit, get to somewhere where it's a little bit more picturesque. I'll put the camera back on and let you know how I've got on. Thanks guys, I'll see you later. Wow, would you believe it, folks? It's my first time already. This thing's working. Right, found her in the park early in the morning. There's actually no one around, so I thought, who cares? Time to be a kid again. So I'm gonna go on this thing. Camera's set up over there on the climbing frame, and hopefully you can see me in the image. I know you can probably hear me because I've actually got a mic on under my jacket there, and I'm going to have a go. So let's see what happens. This is probably where I'm about to fall off, and I'll get a million views and go viral. Right, so here goes. Ooh, bloody hell. Whoa, I didn't think I was going to get to the end. Oh god, this is quicker than I thought. Whoa, shoot. Don't swear, don't swear. Right, okay. That was quite good. Right, I won't do that again. Right, obviously, what gave me the idea to do this, just go and grab the camera, see if I can grab it without dropping it down the slide, because it's actually at the top of the slide. Right, sorry to being all wobbly, folks. Here we are. Right, that's what caught my eye. The sunrise there coming through the trees. A little bit of mist there. I'm not sure if that'll come out on the video yet, but isn't that nice? Well worth the getting up early. I've not even broken the sweat yet. How many miles have I done? Let's have a look. Done 47 minutes walking and 1.4 miles. You can't see that. So I'm not looking in the right place. Anyway, I'll see it on the Strava. And let's carry on walking. I spent a lot of time down here as a kid. And it's changed a fair bit since I was down here, because a lot of the things that were here when I was a kid were, let's say, not so health and safety. Although my opinion is, if a kid's going to get injured, they're going to get injured. Okay, as long as their parents are there to supervise them, then you know, what's the problem? Do you know what the most dangerous thing that we had in the park at the time was? This thing. Just walk over, you won't be able to see it yet, I don't think. Oh yeah, I can zoom in. This thing. Getting a bit closer. Over these years, this thing here, no, not this, not that, never seen that before. This thing here has had so many layers of paint. This has been here since, well, I was probably about 7 or 8 when I first saw it, maybe even a bit younger, in the 70s. This thing, you can see that, it's actually a helicopter climbing frame, and I hated this thing because I was such a klutz. Every time I got inside it would bang my head, and I hated it. So yeah, good luck with that, kids, if you fancy having a go. It's quite good. It's a bit different too, probably a lot safer than most climbing frames, to be honest with you. Here's the controls there, look, no foot pedals, so it's not very accurate, but there you go. Right, okay, so like I said, I'm just going to carry on walking, catch up with you later. There's a little, very quick little, let's turn you around, let's talk to you, not behind your back. Don't like talking about people behind their back. So yeah, it's focusing on me. It's not, is it? Or is it? Yes, it is. Right, okay. Sorry, learning still, guys and girls. It's, yeah, God, I've forgotten what I was going to say. What was I going to say? Yeah. As they say, it'll be raw and unedited. It'll come back to me eventually. Brain fogging. One of the things. It's yeah, it can be a bit of a pain really, but not the most serious things. But it's a problem. In certain situations it can be a little bit upsetting when you can't remember someone's telephone number or 4-digit code or the date even. But yeah, I did think of something while the camera was off I needed to talk about. Again, it's gone out of my mind. So if you've got any questions you would like to ask me, please be respectful, because this is a sensitive subject. We don't want people arguing, criticising, or whatever. And I don't mean me. If you want to criticise me, then fair enough, pop away. But there are going to be people that's going to be watching this that won't want to see or hear that. Okay, and if you are bad enough, I will ban you or report you to the relative people who can do something about your what's the word? It begins with a C. Your conduct. That's the word. Conduct. Right. So here we are. I'm just about to get to the main boating lake, which is probably the halfway part on this walk. And oh my God, that's gorgeous this morning. Oh, there's a fountain there. I didn't see that. I didn't know that was there. So what I'll do is I'll just turn the camera around, and there's a bit of a mist lying on the lake, and I'll leave that to run for a little bit so you can just have a quick look at what this boating lake looks like in the morning. Unfortunately, I've never really come down this early. So that's the way it goes. Oh, there's bubbles there. That was probably just the fish just jumped or whatever he did. Right, have a look at this, folks. I'm holding the camera as steady as I can. Unfortunately, it's just focused on the leaf. It's not having it. Again, camera skills. Right, I'm just going to stop this video a minute and restart it again in a different mode, so that hopefully I'll be able to capture the scene for you. Well, so here we are again. I've started the video again in a different mode now. So hopefully you can see that mist that's lying on the water. Just to the left here, you've got a little black bird that's just swimming along. I'm not sure what sort of bird it is, but there he is, just coming shot there. What's not to like about that? That's great, isn't it? Absolutely amazing. To think that most Saturday mornings I'd be on the settee vegetating in front of the Talif. Admittedly, I'll probably be watching YouTube trying to learn about stuff, so I would be totally wasting my time, but unfortunately I don't get out and then practice what I'm learning. So there's only so much you can learn. To actually learn something, you've got to go out and do it. So yeah, so this is why I'm doing this, obviously for the reasons I've already mentioned, but also to try and get some of my camera skills up. Sorry for the squinting at the sun, guys, but the sun's over there behind the camera and I think it's probably going to get the best light on my face. Just walking around the lake here and just thought to take a quick little shot for you. Before that, I was looking at the benches. There's quite a few benches around the lake here, and of course a lot of them have got plaques. Most parks have benches with plaques on them, and they're in memory of people, which obviously we want to remember our lost ones. But one just got me. girl. Also, I don't know the circumstances, it doesn't go into those details, but she was 16. 16, for God's sake. Just no justice in the world, is there? Sometimes just no justice at all. Anyway, just thought I'd put that little bit in there. Right, okay, carry on. Okay, folks, well, the park's going to be an awfully nice place. There's a picture that I'll put up on this clip. Another girl, 20 years old. Again, don't know the circumstances, but there's a really nice tribute to her. Very lovely tribute, actually. But yeah, rest in peace. Of course, it's getting quite morbid, isn't it? But at the end of the day, it's all for a good cause, hopefully. Okay, there's a shot of the river. It's just a little bit dark here. Get a sense of the ambience here, the noise of the running water, which can be quite calming. For some reason, water running, I do like the sound of it, but it's not my first choice for relaxation. But yeah, there's a little clip of it for you. Okay, I hope that was steady enough for you. I'm not using a tripod because I've set them out for a walk. I'm supposed to be walking, but unfortunately I'm stopping more times than I should be, really. So I'm taking videos and some pictures. But it's all part of the fun of it, isn't it? Right, so I'm just going to carry on walking. It's quite a nice light here. I thought this is coming well on the camera. Well, it's Watson. I'm just going to change my settings. In fact, let's listen to that bird for a little bit. Let's just listen. Right, me again. Right, okay, I'm just looking at the camera screen. I've got 8 minutes of recording time left and only about 20% battery, or 34%. So I'm going to stop recording now. I'm going to finish the walk off, get my 3 miles done for today, and then I'll just do a quick final thoughts at the end of it, and then I'll see you tomorrow for another video. Not sure how long or what time it will be or whatever, but I'll at least get another one done tomorrow. Thanks, guys. Take care. Okay, guys, I thought I'd sign off here. I just thought I'd film this beautiful scene here. Hopefully you can hear the birds singing. Just going to change the settings on the mic. Hopefully you hear the birds singing around. There's nice sunlight over there rather than watching my ugly mug. Just thought I'd give you a few final thoughts on this first walk this morning. In fact, it's done me a power of good. Hope there's not too much doom and gloom in there, but for all I've been through, it's actually taken a lot of my self-confidence away, and I've actually felt quite good this morning. And there's a picture that I'll put in the video now of some fishing rods that were sitting by the edge of the lake, and the guy was sitting there, and I just went up to him and said, look, sorry, but well, not sorry, but you know, would you mind if I take some pictures of the rod? And he was really friendly about it. I told him why I was doing it, and to be honest with you, not so long ago, even maybe in the last few days, I wouldn't have said that, and I wouldn't have approached a stranger like that. So hopefully there will be some improvement of what's going on. Okay, well, thanks for your your viewing, your whatever you call it, you know what I mean. What I'm trying to say, it's not coming out at the moment, but yeah, well, take care guys and girls, and hope you're all well, and I'll see you tomorrow.